This is from 2018 for
Hey
reference.
guys, this is Castlevania Symphony Night. We're going to be doing the zero bosses.
Why do I sound so nasally?
Run, which is
Do I always sound like that?
mostly zero bosses. The only bosses, I guess you can consider bosses that you fight, is Dracula at the very beginning.
So soft-spoken and nasally.
Dracula at the very end, but every other boss is going to be skipped. Doing
Slowly learning to speedrun. It's pretty fun. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm real excited to be here. And
There's a lot of speedruns that I need to learn, just for the sake of learning them and doing a couple runs. But also, I apologize for the widescreen.
And I'm going to be collecting 41 hearts.
I missed the inputs here.
To get a neutron
So the
bomb.
start of all my GDQ runs usually aren't very good execution-wise. I miss stuff mostly because I'm getting used to the monitor. I'm usually playing on that monitor for the first time. Also, the color saturation is really weird on this capture card. It's like desaturated, and also like kind of what's the word I'm thinking of?
So I might have to retry some of the tricks a couple of times, but this isn't the most marathon safe run,
I don't know.
but it's really, really cool, so I'm happy I get to show it off.
Yeah, I already said I'm sorry about wide
Yeah,
wide
that's
Alucard.
So if you want to consider that a boss, I guess I'm cheating.
This run
You're not doing it with Alucards, so technically it doesn't count.
is not very
There's a way to do no bosses
safe
without Alucard at the
for
very
like
end.
marathons.
You can do
I'm gonna lower the sound of myself so that way it doesn't get too confusing.
I was considering doing that just as a joke, but
This is not a safe marathon run. The fact that I only died once was insane.
how that works.
Is this the marathon world record? Technically, no. The marathon world record was due to a timing error on their behalf. Oh, I forgot about this experience route where you kill the bats. I forgot about that. It's been so long since I've done zero bosses. The route you do here is like really, really cool. So obviously starting in luck mode is cool because it gives you access to these big tosses. This is most people's casual way of skipping death when they first like play the game. I love how people clapped for this. They're like, oh my god, he skipped death? Look how fast he's going. Wow. When literally you just walk into the warg with the equipment. There's like zero error possible there. One of the things I really like about this speedrun though is the fact that it's not necessarily any percent in the fact that like,
Right now I'm just setting up
how do I want to word this? We still get Cube of Zoe, we still do a lot of any percent type stuff, but it's still also like an arbitrary-esque category similar to like the low percent categories where there's specific glitches that you use that you wouldn't see anywhere else. Here I'm resetting the room to set my experience up exactly the way I want to. So my,
is going to give me a level up.
yeah, I'm literally repeating what I've already said. But yeah, the next level up I get, or the next enemy I kill gives me a level up, and I use that level up to do a reverse shift line. And that's going to allow me to get onto the elevator in the next room. Normally it's blocked by a wall.
You have to like jump onto the
I think I got this first try too. This is not easy because you don't have the same setup every time. Your positioning is going to be different every time. I think there's a faster setup that I could do now. Yeah, there's like a visual cue that I use in the background.
This might work. It might
That was pretty scary though. Seeing the screen scroll like that is honestly, it's like a 50-50 whether it works or not. It depends on your subpixels.
This
And thankfully my subpixels were set up well.
a little tricky. I had to adjust my movement too. The reason that's so hard is because there's no way to find a proper setup for it.
Yeah, listen to this man talk.
To summon a mist, which the inputs are left, right, up, down, which changes your positioning like just by default, and it's like a 7-pixel window or something like that. So yeah, you kind of just have to go for it.
The summon spirit can be a little random too, so
That's why I do the pause buffering to make sure that like
Yeah.
there's no real timing to it outside of just making sure that the buffering is done properly. And if it wasn't for buffering, this category would be near impossible.
So what even happened there is it's called a reverse shift line. That was discovered by Sockwater a couple years ago.
I would definitely try to do attack
Open up the possibility
buffer
of
because
more categories possible.
neutral up down. Oh, you could attack buffer it, yeah. Do a grounded sword slash, back up down,
You can move
and you wouldn't move.
1 pixel forward, and it,
That's true.
the screen locks.
You can all learn a thing or two from this guy in the video.
Back steps, and it,
The audio of Mecha's mic is it's mixed very low compared to the game sound, so a lot of people couldn't hear anything he was
one
saying.
screen length over.
And he's explaining like the majority of the technical glitches because it's difficult enough to explain these technical glitches
Yeah, the
alone,
shift line is
but to do
very,
that while you're playing
important
the
for
game
auto
and
skips,
performing
as
those
well
glitches
as
is
the,
very
shift
difficult.
line, which is going to be coming up next. I use a shift line in order to skip having to fight
This
the
section is
doppelganger.
fucked up for a marathon setting, by the way. This section is fucked up because if you
Right now,
don't
it's
get this
again, I'm just
frame
gonna
perfect
experience
trick,
just so that
you
way
just
I
lose
can
like
level
4
up if I
minutes.
wanted to.
It's so bad. Also skipping the stopwatch.
This last skeleton.
This is like not fun to do when you're doing resets of this category. This section is the worst section by far.
Experience where I'll level up off of anything now, so I'm going to be skipping the rest of these enemies. Interesting way to skip enemies is you can use the invincibility from summoning.
I still to this day don't know who legendary Soten strat guy is. I still don't know. Is it me? I don't even know.
It would be fast.
I unironically don't know.
Them, but you can only jump over them going from the right to the left and not from the left to the right for whatever reason. Something to do with the
Like, why are they anonymous? I don't get it. I feel like I'm not in on the joke.
Right here, I'm going to be doing a save. This next section is probably the
I would
hardest
tell
section of the
you,
entire
but the meme must live on. I think it's better if you don't tell
Three
me.
difficult tricks in a row, and there's no.
The day I learn who the
doing
strat
them
finder
to
is
make
going to be a
this
good day, I
little bit
guess. But
easier. I did grab a potion for this next.
this
trick,
is
but
the
I don't
only
think
amount of
it's
safety
gonna
you can do in this category.
but it's
The whole
not-
purpose of this category, by the way,
again, I'm gonna
is
be doing
you're
a big
beating
toss
the
to get
game
garnet.
while skipping all of the bosses up until Shaft. This big toss allows you to get this garnet,
And that's gonna
and you're
be
going to
a
sell the
solid
garnet the same way
item
you would in any
for
percent, using the fairy to have infinite money, get duplicator, all that
and
fun
if this
stuff.
next, trick, if I fail it, I'm wasting like a minute and a half, which is the main reason why.
A minute and a half, bro. It's more time than a minute and a half, to be honest.
To do in a marathon setting. But
Also, I'm going for these jumps, which is
if
insane.
I was just doing, you know,
Those,
RTA attempts,
getting hit here, you're taking a lot of damage, and you could get at. I've died in this hallway before because of getting
these
fucked
enemies that
on,
shoot fireballs out at
fucked
you,
over by the
just hard to
fireballs, and
jump,
by getting hit
your
by
legs
those
are covered, and you'll get hit by the fireball.
stone roses trying to jump over them.
Okay, I'm gonna be doing a setup here to align my position properly.
One frame.
Nice.
There we go.
Thank God.
I said
didn't
thank
hit that,
God
it would've
like
wasted a lot
7
of time.
times in this run.
And that was a frame
Because I was
that
really,
to
like,
do.
I was 1 frame off,
So
and I had to
the
do a
shift
1
line
frame
was let me
buffer,
fall
and that's
down
just
to
not easy to
transition.
do. Also, flashing
and it
screen
reloads you
warning.
back
I should
into
have
the map in a
known
weird way.
to warn
That
people about the
shifts
flashing
back
screen
and forth.
stuff.
Well done.
Yeah. It's not over quite yet. There's another trick coming up. If I fail it, I have to reset and do this whole section again, which is really bad. But this trick isn't nearly as hard. It's just a reverse big
There's
toss
probably a
off
way to
do like
get to
that.
the save room.
And oops, wrong button. That happened.
Dude, fuck the Xbox
I'm just
menu
gonna kill
button.
These guys because they were giving me trouble earlier. So these guys have a random chance of like activating a lightning sword attack.
Possible to do without a
which I
potion,
want
but it's
them to
really
do.
weird.
In fact, let me just, in case they hit me.
I'm being
I
super
find it
safe
easier
here.
to just, like, walk
The
around
timing
and
here,
flip it. They both did it. Perfect.
Also, let me just fucking pause and show you guys how fucking ballsy that was. Because if I fucked this up and killed both of them, I have to reset this entire area. I have to... Well, I guess I just have to reset the room. The fact that my first instinct is to kill them, but to only kill one of them. The spacing on that is fucking insane. I got so lucky here. I wasn't thinking. I was like, oh, I just have to kill them.
Perfect.
Like,
And I'm going to,
what the fuck, dude? That's insane.
if he hits me,
Because alternatively, they get stacked up
If he hit me,
together,
then
and
over.
I might have been able to get away with having both of them attacking,
So they have
to
to
be
use this
honest,
here.
but
That doesn't make any fucking sense. What?
yeah, I was a little too early there, but it's better to be
for
too
killing
early.
one of them, yo, thanks, Kiermane. There we go.
Thank
That
God.
timing is pretty strict,
That
too.
trick, lets me get up to the fairy
The
card.
anti-meaty
and the fairy
wall.
card is kind of broken. It lets you.
There's
get
probably a
all the
pause buffer
items.
setup.
It's gonna be
Oh,
really
no, there isn't a pause buffer setup because the frames of animation of the guy swinging his
if I
sword
fail
back
that,
and
I wouldn't
forth,
have
there's
enough
no
points to do another big
there's
toss.
no discernible difference between the right frame and the wrong frame
Completable
when
without
you're,
discerning.
remember I looked into it. There might be a way to discern it by frame counting, because he's stuck when he's reeling the sword back for multiple frames, and then he swings forward. It's like 10 frames, and it's like somewhere in that frame window is when you want to jump. You could probably start counting as he reels back. Yeah, but if you miss your, I know it's not a frame perfect jump or whatever, but maybe, I don't know.
During the shop, so like when you have the shop
It's
open,
like again, it's
do that because
There's probably a way to make the setup more consistent, but it's honestly easier to just time it.
So if you equip it and then sell it,
Because it's not super frame perfect or whatever. It's easy to just time it.
Underflows to.
You need many visual cues like Blade Master. Yeah, exactly.
Basically what he just did, except with
That's just the normal shop glitch. You steal all the money from the shop.
dialogue, and
yeah.
for whatever reason that interrupts something with the librarian, same way the Soul Brothers does.
Yeah,
The
right
Blade
now I'm
Master
using,
part,
potion invincibility
I
to do
didn't
a lot.
memorize all of the frames. I only memorized the frames for like
Anytime you use a potion,
getting a first frame jump and a second frame jump. And I memorized maybe one for a third frame jump.
Yeah,
And
he picked up a
Because there's like 25 combinations of inputs you need to memorize.
limited use of
And I said, fuck it, I'll just get the first frame.
I'm gonna
And
use
reset if I don't
frames
find-
later,
if I don't get the
which
first
is a really
frame.
Fun item. They do fun things.
Do I get the wolf here? I don't even remember.
Yeah, so far everything's going really, really well. I'm probably going to make the clock rush cycle that's here.
I've never done this run in full.
All of this movement
I can still remember that one
doing
frame
would've
where he crosses
had
the
to wait on
blades,
a
yeah.
cycle if I was a
I
little
do
too
get the wolf
slow.
here.
To go up to the.
Oh yeah, because you need to do the transformation
have to
thing
go
with the
through
wolf
this
to
area
make
that
it consistent to
has, like, a
land
statue
where
that
Mist
every
is.
other minute.
Oh, and you have to do the
If
wolf
you're
clip
off
later
by
in the
maybe
run.
just wait
Duh,
a
of
minute
course
to
wolf
do
is
so.
required.
Usually, if you
been a
get
while
over
since I've
its
seen
first
this.
try and you don't wait around too long, you'll have the statue be open by the time you get there.
Yeah, if you're used to.
Also, this is like a 12-minute clock rush in this category.
Because he's using luck mode, all of his stats are lower, and his mana is also lower, so you're gonna see a lot more shield dashing in this run.
This is a really solid
the
category for
movement
showing
options
off
are a
stuff,
little,
yeah. That's the main reason I wanted to get it into
They're a
GDQ,
little
even though it is like
constricted.
not safe
You can't do
at
as
all.
much like wing smash
in, like,
and stuff
marathon
that, but
settings.
We do end up getting all of the wolf relics, which opens up for some different.
I think that's the
movement
t-shirt I
options than
lost.
you
I'm
might
wearing
used
it
to
now.
see.
It has a picture of Dracula's portrait, and it has like a black background. It's a really cool shirt. I lost it
Nice,
somewhere.
that's Snipe. Yeah,
Oh,
the
that
bonus
snipe, by the
you
way,
guys
is the
throw,
task strat in order to get
before
the toadstool
you.
set up.
It's really nice.
So I guess I have the proper toadstool set up.
All right. Nice. So this is the room where I would have to wait a minute if I was a little too slow. I'm not getting that health max up. It's not necessary.
I think they're just taking it all in, Talik.
This room is actually scary because if I like get caught at all, oh no, like this, I can.
I was so bad back then, by the way.
Oh man, this is bad. I'm just gonna leave. It's not
I'm
worth
so
it.
bad.
If I die here, I waste like 4 or 5 minutes. It's not worth it at all. So we're
I just need to count my fucking... Dude. I just count your fucking shield dashes, my guy.
I'm just gonna kill them.
I was freaking out, though. This...
I've died in this room too many times. It's scary. Okay.
It is a scary room, and like...
I have to do.
I'm also
90
on
here,
the big stage. I'm at
so I'm
GDQ.
not really wasting
And this run is like, you're never safe. At any point in time, you can get comboed to
I'm gonna
death
be
with
saving
like the dumbest shit.
now because this next trick coming up is really.
There's only a
interesting.
handful of places you
There's
save
like a
too,
spreadsheet that
so
tells
you
all the possible
lose a
frame
shit ton of
combinations
time
and
if you
inputs
die
that end up
anywhere.
making this work.
There's
I
only
tried to
one place
memorize
in the
all of them,
run.
but there's like
Actually,
30
no,
options,
that doesn't
so I
make sense.
memorized like half.
We'll talk about that when I
Those are
get
the
there.
ones that I remember. So yeah, there's that. So this is
But
what
yeah,
the
this
stun bomb
trick is
for. This
really, really
be
cool.
Getting a big toss and leveling up at the same time, which basically allows for the shift lines.
I'm
to
doing a
happen
positioning
lot
setup
quicker.
using the wall up there. I hit the guy once with the neutron bomb to get him to the low enough health.
Frame.
I'm pause buffering to find the right big toss frame. That should be it. Yep.
That might not have worked, actually. I'll try it, but
That should have worked, my guy.
it didn't work. That was
Oh, I pressed the wrong. So that should have worked, but I pressed the wrong inputs.
Okay. Kill these guys a couple more times. So I'm just gonna try it again.
Looking
so
mad
a couple
studious.
tries.
Bad unmap. I think I just pressed. That should have worked. I just didn't press the right combo of.
This is like third frame. Yeah, I don't know what to do on that one. So I'll try it again. How much experience? I'll kill this guy one more time.
Yeah, I didn't memorize all of the because those could have worked. I just need to memorize the right button
If this one
inputs.
doesn't work,
Because
I might just
the
restart
inputs you
it.
press, it's a combination of
End up too high.
either holding jump or not holding jump, holding left or holding right. And there's like a different combination for every single positioning here. That's way too early. There's no way. Yeah, resetting makes sense because I'm going to be over leveled.
When you activate it, it doesn't like attack them immediately. It's like a
So the fact that it takes me a while to get this trick makes sense, you know?
Yeah. It's unfortunate, but it'll be fine. You can do this trick as much as you really need to. Let's see.
This is the heart of the category. This trick, and then
Like,
the
if I knew more of the
like the wolf
frames
clips and kind of
could've
other
made
stuff like
those
that.
work, but I just don't have those ones memorized, unfortunately. I
The early library card too is like an integral part of the category.
I know this one works.
There we go.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait for this potion invincibility, just so it doesn't screw with my potion's invincibility. The fairy
Yep.
likes to just cast potions for you. Okay, there we go.
Nice high
That's
jump by
enough,
me.
Minotaur and werewolf. Oh, nice.
I think it makes sense to go around at this point, right? Because I don't have enough
Remember
MP.
how long that one took to figure out too. So it's like,
Oh, I do have enough
Yeah,
MP.
that-
Nice.
possible, but just the setup
Before
for
the
it.
setup, which the setup was made by Desqual, thanks to him. It was just kind of you just
Yeah, that's the
just
Desqual
ran
setup.
and jumped and hope it worked. Oh wow, I jumped. I didn't jump actually. That's why I fell. Okay. This is fine though. I made the trick happen. Coming up is like one of my favorite big tosses if it works. It's kind of subpixel dependent whether you get bonked or not, so we'll see what happens.
Oh, this big toss is
You
cool.
jump into this guy and he sends you across this whole hallway like this. Sometimes you'll bonk on the stairs, but it skips a whole lot and it's really fast.
Did I save? No.
Yeah, stairs are really
Saving
fun.
afterwards, I don't think,
As we will
unless
find out.
that big toss goes poorly, there's no risk in this section of dying.
So this next
Your
section,
main
I'm gonna
risks
have
of
the
dying are
Mist
basically gone.
Relic. I'm going to be collecting all of the extra wolf relics, which will allow me to get the bat later.
Oh, nice little high
because
jump there.
normally the bat
Intentional
is
damage
guarded
boost.
by
Yep. There we go.
the
To
lesser damage, which is
untransform.
boss, and we have to find out a way to skip him.
That set of problems with the
We
click
will use
deserves
bunny
retroactive
stairs
spam.
to,
Yeah.
not
I was good at the game.
but
I think
coming up
at this
first,
point I
using
started to
fire
feel
spirits
much more
to show off what
comfortable.
they can do.
Because I put a
They like,
lot of hours of practice
interrupt
into this run. I will say that.
transition
Like,
or
the run isn't 100%
transformation
optimized like the world record run, but I've put a lot of hours of practice
Right now,
into this
which is really
category.
weird, and this is what that looks like. I didn't get it right. You have to throw 6 fire
The
boomerangs,
mash that you
jump,
have to
and
do for these
transform. It just, like,
fire boomerang
shoots
tricks is
like,
actually kind of difficult.
acceleration throughout the
Oh,
entire
that was a cool
And
strat. You
if
could
have 6
backdash
on
cancel.
It doesn't.
Ah.
It normally wouldn't play that animation.
You can backdash cancel using the throwing knives. I did that to get through because I had both of the
Or it's a sprite limit or something,
the
so start backdashing. You can't
flame boomerangs
one
equipped.
of them leaves the screen. So
I pause
Yeah,
buffer
it's really
them.
buggy how
Yeah,
they work.
you can pause
It's
buffer
really
them,
useful
or you
for
just
us
have to
get
mash
through
really
without,
fast.
Any extra relics, which is going to be useful again in this next section. The other way you can possibly gain height without extra relics is what's known as Mist Wolf Rising. You transform into Mist and then Wolf, and you just do that over and over again. And,
Oh yeah, I
and,
legit forgot there's non-turkeys in
this
there.
room is awful. Just
I saw
because
myself breaking
you
those
can't really react to
glasses,
when the zombies are going to spawn. It's all random. So you just
and I
kinda
was like, dang, isn't that gonna lag the game like crazy? And then I forgot
And then
I'm
this
playing
next
on
one's even
Xbox.
worse.
There is no lag.
There's random zombie spawns and set spawns from these.
Yeah, this is the wolf rise that is honestly the
You can't
most.
even see them.
difficult.
Their hitboxes are there, like as they're spawning up.
This room fucking
So you
sucks,
just kinda
dude.
hope-
Do I have skill of wolf? You know what? You could reroute this to use skill of wolf
Okay, there we go.
to use the iframes with skill of wolf to get through that room, I think, and that would probably be faster.
So.
That might be worth looking
Trying to get
into if
the,
I ever return to this
jump as close
category.
as possible. There we go.
There we go. That was a decent
Decent
one.
amount of height.
Because the amount,
Now
how
I'm
quickly
gonna
you
do
throw
it.
the
Just in case I
boomerangs
mana,
determines how
on
much
my way
height you
up this
get.
climb.
I'm a little far to the right, so I guess I'm gonna full mist to the right.
Yeah, I don't have enough mana now, so it's pseudo random. I feel like whether you lose mana or not. I don't know. It could.
I
be
still don't know if it's pseudo random or not, dude.
What ends up working and what doesn't.
yeah, none of this makes sense.
Yeah.
So
It just works.
anytime we say because something, because we
Don't
just
understand.
literally don't have an answer for it, and you'd be surprised.
I think if you're frame perfect, you don't lose mana, and it also depends on
Yeah.
whether you're. I don't know. I think the thing is you could still lose mana because it checks to see if you're in the wolf transformation or the mist transformation, and you lose MP because of that, and not
And
because of the actual
you go so
doing the
fast
full
that
mist.
when
You just like
jump up
it
the slope
like
and
takes away tiny bits of
transform,
mana.
It doesn't know where to send you all the time.
But it doesn't always
It's
do
sent
that. It's
you
weird.
before.
This
And
floor
we're
clip,
using that to skip one of
the
ones
wolf
that-
part may be pseudo random, but not the mist. Okay, yeah, that's what I meant.
It's not too bad.
This is
Like it's
really
checking to see if
fun.
you're in the transformation and then it takes away the mana, but it doesn't always do that because you're not always in the wolf form. This floor clip is really, really cool. I think I get it
up here. So
first or second try if I remember correctly.
oh no, this level.
Oh, that level up actually screws me, doesn't it? Yep. I jumped late because of the level up. Dang.
But since I killed some of them, they won't be bothering me anymore. So that's nice. I can just set up again. There we go.
Nice.
And that skips the. I'm in the room for the lesser.
If you go to the
boss fight,
right,
but it doesn't trigger him. If I went a little
It
bit
starts
to
the
right, it would've
cutscene
triggered
and
him.
the whole run is ruined.
We would have to fight him. And here we go. Here's the soul of bat, and now things.
So
go
do you
more or
jump
less
only
kinda
once
80%
for this?
route. We're going to be going towards the second castle.
Do you do multiple jumps to
But
set
there's a
up
couple bosses
the
in
floor
way,
clip?
and we have to skip them.
Because I like being on the ground for as long as possible.
There's another.
Or do you
floor clip
re-jump?
I'll Go for just once to see if I can get it. It's pretty cool if you can.
Oh, I re-jump. I
Nice.
jump over the gap. Oh,
And
nice
anytime
floor
you're running
clip.
out of slope,
Exclamation
nice.
mark cheat, by the way.
And you transform into the wolf.
Yeah, I jump over the gap and then I
you have a chance to
re-jump
just
into
flip
the
floor,
untransform.
depending on your speed and
Do you just untransform against the slope and that works
that
too?
saves like 5 or 10 seconds. I don't know.
I've never done it that way before. I always jump before a slope to try and floor clip in.
Library card, right? Okay, good.
It's unfortunate you don't have gravity boost because there's something really weird.
Probably
about
not, but I didn't
if
know.
you have
Okay,
gravity
gotcha.
boost.
Oh
Yeah, I always
It
re-jump
only happens
those.
in the
Same with the
60 for some reason.
the ones that you do before Succubus and ABRSR. Those are, well, obviously you jump before those, but
I don't have as much as I would normally in any other run. I have to kind of be conservative about my movement because each one of these wing smash things where I'm flying across the room cost mana, and I don't want to run out because then I'll just get bodied by these enemies because I'm extremely underleveled for this area, and I'm also in luck mode, which means I don't have very much defense.
am I really underleveled though?
I'm actually going to have to equip some more armor before this.
I know I said I'm underleveled, but like, I know I haven't been killing bosses, but I got a couple level ups off those Blade Masters and shit.
hard.
Yeah, even with the endgame.
Actually, no, I think I'm only like level 8 or something right now.
Low defense.
You don't need the cross doesn't work in luck mode.
Because if I didn't
I'm
have
pretty
this-
sure. I'm like 99.9% sure cross mode doesn't do anything in luck mode. Also, you might be thinking, what do? I have to fight
For whatever
Crossamon.
reason, that works.
No, you don't, dude. You don't gotta fight Crossamon.
Please. Yep. Yeah, when you're against the wall as the bat, your hitbox, like, I guess somewhat clips into the wall when you get big tossed, and that ends up happening. And yeah, it's useful for skipping bosses. I'm going to be doing it one more time to skip Medusa later on.
Yeah, I think it's because the bat has a smaller hitbox, so like when you get hit, it like pushes your hitbox down because you like change back.
I think yeah, that
Something
makes
like
sense.
Oh, that was the Richter skip, by the way. That's pretty normal now. I could have soft blocked there, but I didn't, which is good. There's a high chance of soft blocking there where you just walk against the wall forever.
Yeah, so like the cutscene trigger for that Richter fight is in that doorway, but there's like a couple pixels at the very top of that doorway where you can kind of like just clip over it with the wolf to skip that.
Yeah, I guess you enter the room in a way that it doesn't recognize, and it loads the default room, which is Richter being.
Yeah, my commentary is 10 out of 10. I could have soft locked, but I didn't. Hey.
Anything that hits me from here on out.
Not explaining the Richter skip was also kind of funny because it's like, you know, I wasn't even thinking about it. I'm more thinking about like the specific. I should have saved here realistically,
I
but
died to almost every enemy during one of these runs.
so I'm talking about dying to enemies right here, right now, and that's basically the last safety save for the rest of the run. I'm confident that I'm not gonna die, but what ends up happening here is really fucked up, and I'll explain it.
And I'm gonna have her push me out of bounds,
But I won't spoil anything too much if you haven't seen it.
just like that. Okay, cool. If you don't time that correctly, you will get hit and die, and it's really bad.
So what happens right here is I need to use a mana prism before starting this next section. I do, but I don't wait for the mana prism to kick in. I'm being too hasty, and I have just barely enough MP to make it into this next section. My MP is low for what level I should be here. But yeah, so I barely have enough MP to get off a single wing smash, and the wing smash isn't going to continue because I don't have enough MP to stay in bat form. So the wing smash cuts early.
Oh, no.
I land directly on top of the Black Panther. How do I live
have a
here? I
safety
don't.
save in case something like that happened.
So this run is
I knew I was
now
gonna die to something.
invalid because I should have safety saved beforehand. So now I'm loading one of my practice saves. It was over as soon as I wing smashed. There was nothing I can do. There was nothing I could have done
Remember
there.
that Medusa skip that I was talking about and haven't done yet? Yeah, this is what that looks like.
I remember people messaging, not messaging me, but I think there's comments on this video talking about how I loaded a save that's completely different and how the run's invalid and shit. And I'm like, no shit, the run's invalid. I'm just finishing it for like a marathon setting. My MP is way higher in this save file too.
Yeah, I had barely not enough mana through that.
Is there a
That's why I ended
frame
up untransformed
to
directly
do
into
something with the
Black
untransform?
Panther. Am I gonna die again? Please no.
Can you buffer a mist?
Oh no.
What are you talking about?
This is real bad. This is real bad. And we're good. Anything will kill me in one hit. It's really ridiculous.
If there was a way to live, I didn't have any MP, so I couldn't
boxes are a
have
little
missed.
bit weird.
As soon as I used the wing smash, I was dead
Secret.
because I couldn't have chained it into a mist or
I was,
anything like
way
that.
away from it. It's just
Also, that wing smash to break this
of the game.
this wall is very funny
Maybe breaking
to me.
open a secret.
Maybe Wolf, I don't know. I was literally 0 MP. I had 8 MP and I wing smash and immediately went to 0
Of the game.
on the same frame. So I don't think there was anything I could have done.
Heart refresh to set up a first shift line later on in the game.
I mean, I could analyze it a little bit more and maybe,
Here, I want to make sure I have
but
it before
by the time I realized how little MP I actually had, it was already over.
like late game relics. Where am I going? Wing smashing downwards is hard. Okay, there we go. Yeah, these guys all one hit me, so let's not get hit. Okay. After this, there's a room with like a couple of enemies that I've died so many times. Like the last couple of rooms, it's very, very easy to die.
Dude, the skeleton dancers or whatever they're called, those guys are fucking assholes in this run. They just jump at you, and if you drop a wing smash, you're fucking dead.
I'm gonna play it pretty safe.
These guys
Just
suck.
make sure I have enough MP and some invincibility going in, just in case.
Iframes plus full MP,
Yeah, that whole room. is
everything. I was like not trying to fucking to die there.
And the other thing that we have
Lol,
mentioned here is the
neutral.
wing smash that I'm doing here is a pretty finicky input. You have to do it over and over and over again in order to chain it together and not like fall out of the spell. So
Yeah, never time to use up. That's why it just kind of drains as you're flying.
this is probably the last room where I can probably die. So let's hope.
Yeah, this run's cool though. Honestly, I do appreciate this run and that it was able to be in at a GDQ, even if my performance of this run wasn't perfect. All things considered,
That's not gonna work.
this style of run is like really hard to do. Also, my map is like so fucked because of the route I took that it's actually very difficult to see the visual cues that I look for.
Not waste any extra time.
I used to pause buffer this trick, dude. Don't question mark me.
You barely have enough MP to make it through. If you drop wing smash during that section, you just fall out and die to the enemies.
What's the expectation? You say, well, I guess I'm done and walk off? I don't know, dude. People are weird.
Yeah, for some reason that particular area.
People are friggin' weird about
It's just really slow.
speedrun authenticity, I
Refresh in that
guess.
last room. Otherwise, this next.
I guess they're mad that I like deceived them into not explaining that the run's invalid now or whatever, but
I'm
whatever.
gonna be chaining
Also, damn, I am bleeding subs like crazy.
like screen
Any Twitch primes,
thing.
please?
I'm trying to
Your
set up
boy's
a
losing subs as we talk.
Yeah, front slide because it saves a whole lot of time. So yeah, we have a lot of time because this is gonna be going on for a minute and a half. So if you want to read some donations, go ahead.
Yeah, this section is interesting. How do you even describe this glitch? Does it just
during the Castlevania block? Some of my favorite.
I think it has something to do with your collision doesn't update while you're using the heart refreshes,
We also have 15.
but you're still moving along the screen, and the screen doesn't scroll either. The screen is locked. So I'm doing a front slide, which preserves my horizontal momentum. It's the camera? Okay. So the camera is going to snap to where I'm at, but because I'm so far on the screen forward, the camera snapping causes me to go out of bounds,
And we have $10 from Julie.
I think. That's my guess.
Canada. My husband and I look forward to this event every year. Thank you, runners and staff, for your time and amazing skill.
That would be my guess if I had to, like, gun to my head explain how this fucking trick works. But again, I have no clue if that's actually how it works.
Good luck to the runners who
Tribute.
destroy Canada.
You steal men's souls
Yo.
and make them your slaves.
Thanks for the prime sub, Razio.
$25
Thank you.
from Evil Wraith.
Trying to
Happy
help me
holidays
from
Castlevania block. unlocked.
bleeding out
Very
entirely
good
when it
games.
comes to subscribers.
This is going towards making the Zelda Link to the Past randomized.
I knew there was a ton of
consoles,
gifted
because
subs,
while I
especially
do
around
like
my
to feel
birthday,
cancer,
so it makes
I can
sense.
still
Like,
eat.
this is 1 month after my birthday, so exactly. So it makes sense that I'm going to be losing a shit ton of subs,
Okay, this next one should be the
both
last
today
one,
and tomorrow.
hopefully, if I did it properly. If not, we're gonna have to sit through that again. And yep, I'm in.
Yeah, the position suddenly gets
And the
updated.
trigger to load Dracula's chamber is right here, off screen.
Yeah, there's like a fucking load trigger
For
over
whatever
there for
reason,
whatever
just put it
reason.
So I don't have to fight Shaft. And
As if
to be
Alucard has
honest, the first
200
boss, I
pixels
think
per
the
frame
first
speed
fight
for
was
1 frame.
pretty
Ah,
good.
yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah, and time is
I
gonna be
submit
coming
a
after
small pallet to
Dracula's
stop the
death
bleeding.
for the final hit.
Thanks, man. If you could do that in RAM, you could clip everywhere. Ah, interesting. But yeah, this fight is basically the same as any percent. Your stats aren't as good, so it takes a little bit longer to kill this guy, but you know.
And time.
Nice. Wow, that's very sweet of you, Emily. Very few people have looked at my Patreon at all. I want to do more for my Patreon as well, so I don't blame people for not using it right now, but
Only having 1 death is not too bad. I didn't
the
fail any
Patreon
of the
supports me
tricks.
more directly than Twitch does for
Did
sure,
not fail,
though.
like,
That's
I didn't have to retry out,
accurate.
like, doppelganger skip or anything like that, which is really good.
That
That's
over.
really hard. But yeah,
Death is whatever. Yeah, it's still a great run. Honestly, I'm happy that, what is that, 300k views? That's pretty good for, you know, a GDQ run overall. It's not amazing. It's not like in the millions of views, but I think I showed off the tech very well. Yeah. The only part, other than that death, that makes me a little whatever is the, how long it took me to set up the skip, the Minotaur Werewolf skip. But that's hard. Minotaur Werewolf skip is hard, so I guess I'm not too upset about that.